We're all looking for that blueprint, that one hack that's going to help us build a better life and stop sabotaging ourselves. But what if that blueprint wasn't some new productivity trend, but was actually hidden in one of the oldest stories ever told? Today, we're going to dig into an ancient narrative that gives us this powerful framework for success, right here, right now, in our modern world. Let's dive in.
So this whole exploration is really inspired by the work of Tasnim Hassan. And I love this quote because it sets the perfect tone. This isn't some heavy lecture. It's a shared journey. The goal is simple. Find the powerful, practical tools for daily life that are waiting for us inside this ancient text. So yeah, consider this your official invitation to join us.
Okay, so where do we even start? Well, we start at the very beginning, with the foundational story of humanity's first big choice. We're going to look at the story of Adam and Iblis, but not as, mythical characters in a dusty book. Think of them as archetypes. This whole story is the ultimate case study in mindset. It's a blueprint that shows the two roads we can take at any moment in our own lives. Now look at this, because this slide really boils everything down to one single moment. Here's the thing, both of them messed up. Both Adam and Iblis disobeyed, but their responses, they're night and day. Adam, boom, right away takes responsibility. We have wronged ourselves. Iblis, he immediately blames and justifies. I am better than him. This right here, this is the fork in the road. Owning it versus making excuses. Everything, and I mean everything, flows from this one difference. And that single choice, responsibility versus blame, it's the key that unlocks the whole thing. From this one story, we can pull out 10 super practical lessons for a better life. We're going to break them into two parts, and we'll start with the internal world, our mindset. Let's get into it. All right, so this first set of lessons is all about what's going on between our ears. It's about learning how to tame the ego by looking at its favorite moves, making excuses, getting jealous, and feeling arrogant. Lesson number 1, it comes directly from that pivotal moment we just talked about. Eliminate excuses. Adam's path to getting back up started with owning his mistake. Iblis's path to ruin started with pointing the finger. So choosing to own our screw-ups is absolutely the first most important step. So how do we actually do this? Well, it sounds simple, but it's not always easy. Next time you mess up, just say the words, I was wrong, and then stop talking. Don't add the because or the but. The second part is to just start noticing your own thoughts. When you're running late, what's your instant reaction? The traffic was a nightmare. Or can you catch yourself and think, yeah, I probably should have left 10 minutes earlier. Just catching that blame game is huge. Let's jump to our next lesson, which really gets to the core of why Iblis fell in the first place. Jealousy. I mean, think about it. He had a super high station, he was in the company of angels, but his envy, his jealousy of Adam's new position, that's what brought him down. The lesson here is so powerful. Jealousy doesn't just make you feel bad, it actually destroys your own standing, your own rank. So what do you do about it? Well, this is where the action becomes like a direct counterattack on your own ego. When you feel that little sting of jealousy, do two things. First, on your own, sincerely pray for that person to get even more of whatever you're jealous of. And second, and this is the hard one, go and give that person a genuine compliment. It feels like the last thing you want to do, but wow, is it an effective way to break that ego's hold on you? Now this brings us to the exact words Iblis used. I am better than him. This simple little phrase, it's like the source code for arrogance. It's the root of racism, of classism, of any belief system that says one person is better than another because of something external, like how much money they have, their skin color, or even how religious they seem. And this is a perfect example of how this ancient wisdom is so relevant today. The action step? Become a thought detective. Just start listening for that I'm better than voice in your head. And when you catch it, immediately reframe it. Remind yourself that whatever good things you have, your job, your smarts, your family, it's a gift, something you've been entrusted with. It's not some personal achievement that makes you fundamentally superior. Okay, check out this amazing paradox from the story. Iblis tried to act all tough, all proud and arrogant, and it led to his complete downfall. Adam, on the other hand, admitted he was weak. He admitted his mistake. He was totally vulnerable. And that very vulnerability is what led to him being forgiven and lifted up. So how can we practice this? Well, a great place to start is in our most private moments, like when we're praying or just sitting in quiet reflection. Instead of just listing off the things you want, try talking about what you're actually afraid of, your flaws, your anxieties. We need to reframe this idea of admitting I'm struggling or I need help. It's not failure. It's actually a profound act of humility and connection. It's a form of worship in itself. So we've talked a lot about the internal shifts, right? The mindset. But a mindset is only as good as the actions it leads to. So now let's move into part 2, how to turn these ideas into real, concrete, daily habits that can actually change your life.
Okay, now we get to the toolkit. These next lessons are all about doing. They're simple habits for how we learn, how we handle temptation, and how we see our place in the world. Let's break down a few of the biggest ones.
This little table is basically a daily action plan. Let's walk through it. First up, knowledge. Just spend 20 minutes a day learning something. Adam was honored because of what he knew, and our own growth is tied to learning too. Next, repentance. Make this a constant habit, running in the background of your day. Think of it like a mental reset button you can hit anytime. Then there's externalize the enemy. When a negative thought or urge pops up, don't say I want to. Instead, label it as an attack. This tiny mental trick creates this powerful space between you and the bad impulse. And finally, the traveler mindset. Look, if this life is a journey and not the final destination, then we should probably travel light. So today, just declutter one small thing. It's a physical action that reinforces a really deep spiritual idea. You know, I want to pause on that one concept we just mentioned, Istighfar. It's the Arabic term for seeking forgiveness. And it is so important to understand that this isn't about wallowing in guilt or feeling depressed. In this context, it's an empowering tool. It really is a reset button that you can press at any moment to clear the slate and open yourself up to feeling relief and getting guidance. It's a positive, proactive thing you do. So we've gone all the way from a single choice made in an ancient story to a set of really powerful tools you can use in your life today. We've looked at the mindsets, we've looked at the habits. But just knowing all this, that's only the beginning. The real change, the real journey, it starts with your next step. So, I'll leave you with this one question. Think about all these lessons we just covered. Don't try to do them all at once. That's a recipe for disaster. Just pick one. Which single small action step are you going to take today? Are you going to say I was wrong and leave it at that? Are you going to give a compliment to someone you're secretly envious of? Or are you maybe just going to declutter one thing off your desk? The power isn't in knowing all this stuff. It's in the doing. Your journey starts now.